kind of means like it is being referred to the topics from the
Yes, sir.
chapter. So rather than like 15.2 or 2 something, I won't get an idea in that manner, like which topics are there. So can you mention the topic names?
Sir, like, I'll
Hmm.
check and I'll see you later.
Okay, okay. Apart from these three, any other chapters?
No, sir.
Okay, okay, then let's continue then. Meanwhile, if other students join, please just update me. Okay, all right.
So
So
what?
okay, only you are present in the class as of now. Was and Abu Bakr hasn't joined.
Okay, sir.
So the topic is like what pollutes the soil. So that's the soil pollution we are going to discuss. Now, first of all, tell me, when is something said to be polluted? When something is said to be polluted? For example, you have a glass of water. Okay. So when this glass of water will be said to be polluted? If you were to add some harmful components in this, no, right? Harmful components that will make it undrinkable, that will make it unfit for consumption. Getting it now?
Yes, sir.
So addition of harmful components to the water basically makes it impure, basically makes it polluted. So now it is polluted. So these harmful components, it could be anything. It could be the,
Sir,
yes.
Abu Bakr has joined.
Okay, okay. Yes, Abu Bakr, how are you?
Um,
Okay, good. So yeah. So when this water will become polluted, by the way, Abu Bakr, we are discussing the chapter. We are discussing the topic soil pollution. After this, we'll do some questions. And today I'm out of a station, so won't be able to connect to the camera. Okay. So addition of harmful components to a glass of water makes it unfit for consumption. So this is said to be polluted. And these harmful components basically could be anything. Could be, for example, it could be any kind of dirt particles, mud, dirt particles, or it could be some dead organisms in this, right? So these harmful components are basically called as contaminants. Okay, now these are the contaminants. So the presence of contaminants like dirt particles, mud particles, or remains of dead organisms makes this water unfit for consumption. Hence, this causes water pollution. And this water is not unfit for consumption, unfit for any kind of use. In the similar manner, same thing is going to happen with the soil pollution also, whereby the addition of unwanted substances to the soil, whether it be a piece of plastic, polythene, or whether it be addition of harmful chemicals in it, like addition of harmful acids or bases or salts in this, will make it unfit for agriculture. So this will be said to be a polluted soil. So question like what pollutes the soil? So basically dumping of the non-biodegradable substances such as plastic bags and polythene usually causes soil pollution. And waste product from the industries which contains harmful chemicals can also affect the soil in a very adverse manner. Getting it? Further by, many times if the farmers don't have the knowledge about the exact use of fertilizers and what kind of fertilizers should be used. So thereby excessive use of fertilizers or the pesticides also leads to pollution of the soil, and thereby in a long run it will decrease the fertility. So what happens that when the fertilizers are being added to the soil over a long period of time, so the fertilizers basically contains lots of chemicals in it, the chemical fertilizers particularly. So suppose you have been adding it for the first year, for the second year, for third year, and like this you keep on adding it for several years, or suppose like for 5 continuous years we have added fertilizers in the given piece of land. So gradually what will happen, the humus content in it is going to decrease. Humus, you guys understand now what is humus, right? It's a dark black component of the soil which is formed out of the dead and decaying organic matter. So over addition of fertilizers to the soil decreases the content of the humus in it. So humus will go on to decrease. Getting it or not? Is Priyanka? So humus content decreases. Further, you have got microorganisms also. Good bacteria are also found in the soil right now. The good microbes present in the soil. So over the course of years, that also goes on to decrease, which leads to reduction of the fertility of soil. Getting it? I suppose I'm still audible. Okay, of course, you also have joined. How are you doing? Okay, by the way, I'm out of the station, so that's why I haven't connected with the camera today. So what is happening due to the excessive use of fertilizers, which contains lots of chemicals in it, it will kill the good microbes in the soil, which are essential for growth of plant. So that will further decrease the content of good microbes in this, right? Further, overuse of fertilizers also decreases the amount of humus in the given soil, right? So it is not only polluting the soil, the excessive pesticides and fertilizers not only pollutes the soil, but decreases its fertility as well. So thereby, it is important that on a regular basis, the organic wastes, the manures are added to the soil. So that is the case. Okay, you guys have made the notes till here, no? Till the topic hydroponic plants. Tell me yes or no.
Sir, what?
You guys have made the notes till here, no? Till hydroponic plants. I guess you guys haven't. Make sure that you guys are writing down the notes also. Okay. So soil pollution, addition of harmful contaminants like plastic, chemicals like fertilizers, excessive fertilizers, and pesticides makes the soil unfit for use, and hence this is called as soil pollution. This is called soil pollution. Hope you guys are getting it so far. Okay. Now these are the different sources of soil pollution. Sources of the soil pollution. Okay. So the chemicals that are used in the swimming pool, right? When that will be later on dumped to the open ground, that will pollute the soil. Addition of hazardous chemicals when these chemicals are not disposed of properly. So thereby, when it goes into the soil, it will disrupt the structure of the soil. Basically, it will kill the microbes and lead to addition of harmful contaminants in the soil. Getting it? Soaps and detergent is also one such source of soil pollution. Trash and litter, animal waste, the dirt, oil, and other chemicals from the cars. Okay. Further by, we get to see the pesticides and fertilizers as well, right? In some manner, air pollution from the cars also is indirectly affecting the soil quality. Getting it now? So these are different sources of soil pollution. Okay. Tell me if that much is clear so far or not.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So soil pollution, which we have discussed, it occurs when the soil is contaminated by harmful substances such as plastics, such as different kind of chemicals. Okay. And this can be caused by a number of human activities. Okay. Even it can be farming also, because if the farmers are not using limited amount of fertilizers and in the right quantity, that too can lead to soil pollution. So excessive use of pesticides and fertilizers damages the soil. How it damages the soil? It basically disrupts the pH level of soil. What does it do? It disrupts the pH level of the soil. Getting it, everyone? Okay. Then the urban activities also leads to soil pollution. Like this, if there's lack of proper wastage disposal, right? And if the drainage is not proper right now, so the drain water, if it goes up into the soil, so the drain water has lots of toxic waste in it. And if this were to be dumped into the soil directly, so all those waste are basically going into the soil and hence will pollute the soil. One more reason for soil pollution is the acid rain. So how is it occurring? Let us discuss this. You know, the smoke that is released from the car, it contains different type of gases in it. Like for example, it contains some amount of sulfur dioxide in it also, right? Now when a rainfall is occurring, by the way, the sulfur dioxide, the gases of sulfur dioxide will go higher up in the air, right? And when the rainfall occurs, so the rainwater will mix with the sulfur dioxide, right? So when the rainwater mixes with the sulfur dioxide, so thereby it forms the sulfuric acid. What does it forms? Forms the sulfuric acid. So now this rain will now be called as acid rain. What do we call this now? It's a acid rain. So when this acid rain will be falling on the open ground, on the soil, will it not degrade the quality of soil? Yes, Prinka, Abu Bakr and Was. Yes,
Yes,
it will
sir.
basically kind of make the soil poisonous and will reduce its fertility, no? Right? That is one thing. Also, if radioactive waste are dumped in the soil, that can also make it infertile and no vegetation can grow on that. Getting it or not? Okay,
Yes, sir.
that is the case. By the way, you guys understand like what is radioactive waste? Huh? For example, you guys know about nuclear power plants, right? Now, nuclear
Yes.
energy and all that. Okay. So from the nuclear power plants, no radioactive waste are produced. Okay, that can be in the form of liquid, gas, or in the solid state also. Okay, so so the nuclear radioactive materials, radioactive waste are produced from the nuclear power plants. Power plants. If that were to be directly dumped into the soil, so for several years, no vegetation can grow on that soil. Getting it? Also, in the field of medical research, also certain radioactive materials are used for scientific research. Or for example, if the mining of uranium is done, you guys know that uranium is used, or what do we say, in the nuclear power plants, right? Yes, Priyanka?
Sir, an atomic bomb also, right?
In atomic bomb also, exactly. So uranium is used there, and in the mining, suppose if the excavation of uranium is not done properly, so that can also lead to release of radioactive waste. Okay, so hope that much should happen clear to everyone. So here we have completed this chapter. Please tell me if you guys happen to have any doubt. Yes, any questions? Yes, Priyanka. Yes, Mustafa Gauss and Abu Bakr. I guess that's a no then. No questions, I suppose. Hmm? It seems like you guys have learned everything. Looks like you don't have any questions. Is that the case? Should I ask the questions then? Yes, Priyanka, Abu Bakr. Please tell
Yes.
me if you have any questions or you'd like to discuss any topics. Okay then. Mhm. Okay. So first of all, you guys answer this question to me. That uh, which layer of the soil is rich in humus? Is it the topsoil, the subsoil, or the bedrock? Which layer is rich in humus?
The topsoil.
In the topsoil. Oh, good. Okay. Um, how is humus important for the soil? And also tell me, does it improves the texture of the soil? The hu-
Sir, so
Mhm.
the humus is important to the soil because it is organic decaying waste, and it provides
Mhm.
nutrients to the soil, and it is essential for plant fertility.
Plant fertility good. Plus, it increases the improves the texture of the soil, and also um, will be helping in improving the qualities of the soil. Like it improves the absorption of water of the soil. Okay, no? Okay. You guys explain how is soil formed? What is that process called via which the breakdown of huge pieces of rocks occurs and it converts into smaller pieces by action of natural forces such as water, glaciers, wind, uh, roots of plants, etc. And it takes hundreds to thousands of years to produce just few centimeters of soil. What do we call that process? Mhm.
Sir, you want the name of the process?
Yeah, the name of the process. Let me explain it once again. There is this process that is basically the breaking down of huge pieces of rocks into smaller pieces. This is
So
a huge
whether
piece of rock. It is weathering, very good. So what is weathering? Weathering is the, as we have learned, that it's the breaking down of huge pieces of rocks into smaller pieces. Like this huge piece of rock will convert into smaller pieces over the course of hundred to thousands of years. Right. So you guys tell me, what are the weathering agents? Weathering agents, or basically agents of weathering.
sir, air, water,
Hmm.
Wind.
wind.
Yeah, air basically like wind. Hmm. Moving air is that is wind. Continue.
Gravity.
Sir, the heat of the sun.
Sorry. Yeah, heat. Hmm. And
The
what
rain.
else? Rainfall, particularly acid rain. Right. Acid rain. Next,
Living organism.
living organisms. Okay. Will the root of the plant also play some role in cracking up this in creating cracks in this piece of rock? Yeah. So roots of the plants. Okay, and alga also grows on the rocks, no?
Yes,
Algae
sir.
also grows there, no? So alga is also one such example, right? Okay. Salt, right? Now salt can also be one such weathering agent. Okay. Okay, tell me, weathering, it's a fast or a very slow process?
The slow process.
It's a slow process. See, you have given sand, silt, and clay. You have to arrange. Okay, I'm going to write. Let me write few more things in this. Okay. Suppose I have provided you different particles of different sizes here. Say that you have got rock, you have clay, you have sand. You guys know about gravel, no? Gravel, right? And you have silt, which you have to arrange them in the increasing order. Arrange it in the increasing order, okay? So which one should be written first? Which one is smallest in size?
So the sand
Oh,
particle.
sand?
No, sir. The soil particles.
Where is soil written? It's silt, silt. You forgot the clay. You guys take a look at this once again. Which one is the smallest here? It's the
Okay.
clay now. Then you have silt and then sand, right? Okay, let's do it once again. Now tell me, first I should write
Sir,
Yes.
can you repeat the question?
Question was you have to arrange these particles of different sizes in the increasing order. Increasing, you understand, na, like 1, 2, 3, 4, like that.
Okay.
Hmm.
Clay,
So clay, okay,
uh, silt,
clay and silt, good. What happened to others? Priyanka, Abu Bakr,
Yes, sir.
mm-hmm. Not getting the question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, continue next.
there is gravel bigger than sand.
Gravel is just smaller than rocks. If this is the rock, this is how the gravel will be looking in comparison to this. Okay, I got it. That's the
Okay, sir.
rock, that's the gravel, and sand will be this much in size. So I have already given this much of it. Continue.
Sir, sand,
After this sand, but next,
Rock.
then gravel.
exactly. And at the last, you have rock. Okay, now make sure that you guys write it or memorize it. Although I will send the screenshots and all that. Okay. Now it's question time. Let's do the first question. Yeah. So first explain to me that what is soil and how is it formed? Yes. Okay, I'm going to assign the questions then. The first question, who would like to answer it? No one?
Sir, sir, I don't remember the definition of soil.
Okay.
What is soil? What's it from?
Priyanka, you will explain the first one. The second one goes to Abu Bakr, you. And the third one you have to, who was? You have to, okay.
Sir,
Mhm.
um, the soil is formed from the weathering of rocks.
No, first explain what is soil. Not how it is formed. The question is what is soil. It is not asking how the soil is formed. If the question was how is formed, the later part of the question is how is it formed. Then you have to explain that soil was formed by the process of weathering and all that you have to explain. But
Okay.
first you need to explain what is soil.
The upper layer of the earth
Okay, good.
in which plant grow.
Hmm. Continue. Okay, Priyanka, take your time. Okay, now take your time, no issues. Abu Bakr, you can start. List and describe the layers of soil.
Sir, the first layer is a horizon, the topsoil.
It's a O horizon. First is the O horizon. Okay, no?
Yes,
After.
sir. First is
Mhm,
the horizon, which is humus.
hmm,
Then a horizon, which is the topsoil.
hmm,
Then B horizon, which is the subsoil.
hmm,
Sir, then the C horizon. Then
hmm.
the D horizon, which is the bedrock.
Good. Okay. C horizon, that is the basically contains the parent material in this. The last one is the bedrock. Okay, mention the characteristics of each one of these. Mention the characteristics of each of these. Yes. Let's start with the O horizon. What does the O horizon contains? Yes. The O horizon, what does it contain? It's basically is the organic layer of the soil. It has high amount of humus and basically contains dead leaves. Right now, that's the O horizon.
Yes, sir.
Okay, continue. What about the A horizon? That is the topsoil. So it's a mixture of organic materials and lots of minerals. It contains humus in it also. Okay. And this A horizon is typically darker than the other horizons that is below this. If you were to look at this one, okay, I will be showing you this diagram. With the help of this diagram, explain it. Yeah. Take a reference of this and explain it now. Right now, you have to explain the A horizon. That is also called as topsoil. Meanwhile, the time which you guys are getting, make sure to prepare the answers. Mustafa Ghaus and Priyanka. Okay, Priyanka, you have to explain how is soil formed. You continue.
Sir, a horizon is the layer just below O horizon,
Hmm.
and B horizon uh, so like is where most of the trees root uh, uh, reach till.
Okay. We are still not done with the topsoil first. See, the A horizon, that is the topsoil. It's a mixture of organic materials and minerals in it. Okay. Then further, it is typically darker in comparison to other layers that is below this. And in this topsoil, most of the microorganisms and the most of the plant growth occurs in the topsoil only. The roots of most of the plants are in the topsoil only. Getting it what I'm trying to say? Right? So most of the biological activity is occurring in this layer only. Clear? Continue now. Yes, Abubakar, continue. Guys, is Abubakar in the class?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, Abubakar. See about the subsoil what we have learned. Basically, in this one, all the minerals, like the minerals and nutrients, are going down from the above layers and it accumulates in this one. Here by the arrows also you can see minerals like iron, aluminum or particles of clays goes on to accumulate in the subsoil. Okay, now it accumulates in the subsoil. So that is an important characteristics of this layer. Getting it? So basically the minerals are leached down from the above layers. The minerals are leached down from the above layers and goes on to this. That is one important property of the subsoil. Got it so far? Okay. Okay. Others can also go on to explain or add few points to the subsoil. Yes. It plays a very important role for growth of some of the plants also. So roots of some of the plants, some of the bigger trees will reach till the subsoil also. Okay. Also, it plays a very significant role in retaining water and nutrient storage also. It retains, helps in water retention and the storage of the nutrient also. Then we,
Harder,
hmm,
harder layer.
yeah, it's a harder layer also. Good. And then you have the horizon C. That basically is containing the parent material. Parent material. So this one has consists of weathered rocks. It consists of weathered rocks. Tiny pieces of rocks are present in this one. Getting it? Then after this, you have got the bedrock. So these are the different layers of the soil. Yes, no, Priyanka, you continue.
So
Hmm.
should I continue?
Yeah, you have to continue.
It is a thin layer of the earth material that covers the moist land.
Okay.
It was formed due to weathering of rocks.
Hmm.
So after that, I don't know.
Okay, so basically, through the course of hundreds to thousands of years, due to various environmental factors like temperature, hmm, like temperature, like acid rain, hmm, like different kind of animals, huh? So all these factors led to the degradation of bigger rocks into smaller pieces. So that is basically the process of weathering. Okay. Now, Mustafa Gauss, you continue. Explain the importance of humus in soil.
The humus is the dead or decaying organic matter that is present in the soil. Humus
Mm,
is dark in color. It provides essential nutrients to the soil, and soil fertility is enriched by it. Um,
mm,
it makes the soil fertile, and plants can grow more better in humus-rich soil.
mhm. Good. Okay. Further, the question is, why is soil considered a natural resource? Provide at least two examples. Why we're considering this as the natural resource and not as some artificial resource. By the way, guys, um, today I might end the class early. I might end the class 10 minutes early today. Okay, now? Okay. So why is soil considered a natural resource? Because it was formed by the natural processes. The weathering is a slow and natural process, right now? The weathering is a slow and natural process. So soil was formed via a natural process of degradation over the course of hundred to thousands of years. That's why it's a natural resource. Hope that is clear. By the way, one question was skipped here. This one here. What are the differences between sandy soil, clay soil, and loamy soil? So you have sandy soil here, clay soil, and then you have loamy soil. Okay, let's differentiate between them. First of all, talking about let's first discuss with the particles. So particles of which soil is bigger, the sandy, clay, or the loamy? Yes,
Sandy.
it's the sandy soil, right? After
Yes.
sandy, you have the yeah, you have the loamy soil, and then you have the clay soil, right now.
Mm.
So particle size are bigger, big, small, and with this we can call this as medium. Okay, talking about the water retention. What do you guys know about the water retention? Which one will have highest water retention?
The
Isn't it
retention,
obvious? Mhm.
it can hold the water.
Yeah, it can hold the water. It will not allow the water to pass through it very easily.
The clay soil.
It's the clay soil. Very good. So in terms of water retention, we can arrange it in the following manner right now. You understood if I were to write, you guys are getting it now what I have written here. So in terms of water retention, clay soil has maximum water retention. So maximum, it has medium, it has lowest. Okay. Now in terms of the humus content, also in terms of aeration, you guys understand the air molecules that will be present in this. So which is well aerated soil? Yes. Which is well aerated? Which one has highest air in it? Isn't it obvious? It's the sandy soil, no? Sandy soil, and then after this you have loamy and then the clay soil. So it has highest air content in this. Okay, now by the way, this was the air, and this one was the water retention over here. Okay, in terms of humus, which one has highest amount of humus out of these three? Yes,
The loamy.
it's the loamy. Good. So it has high amount of humus. And which one has lowest? Obviously the sandy. Okay, no? So it has lowest humus content in it. and after this clay that is in between, that is a medium. Okay, that is the case. So like this way, there are several other differences also which we can go on to classify. Okay, like on the basis of their use also, which one is used for construction purposes, construction of houses. On the basis of their use also we can differentiate them. Yes, tell me. Isn't it the sandy soil? This one is used for construction purpose. Loamy soil is not used, it is used for agriculture, while the clay soil is can be used for agriculture, and it is used in the making of ceramics also, making of ceramics, making of potteries basically. Okay, how does soil erosion occur? And we already know like why, how does it occurs. So due to deforestation, basically all the plants would die, the roots will also die. The roots of the plant will no longer hold on to the soil particles. Say that these are the soil particles that were held by the roots of the plants. So if the plants will be cut, so the roots will no longer hold these soil particles. So the soil particles will fall off from this, and there is not just one plant, but so many plants are there in the forest. So all of them would be playing an important role in holding these soil particles, and they will protect the soil from being eroded. They will protect it from erosion basically. So that is the way. So how do we prevent it? How do we prevent soil erosion? The first and obvious way is to stop deforestation, right? We need to stop deforestation. Further by, what else can we do? We can put barriers also. Suppose, for example, this is an agricultural land, and like high speed winds are very common in this agricultural land, in this place where the agricultural lands are there. So we can put wooden barriers like this. Now, what these wooden barriers will do? Yes, yes, Mustafa. Yes, Mustafa Gauss, what will these wooden barriers do? Will it help in reducing the speed of the wind? If so many wooden barriers are put there, so will it not help in reducing the wind, reducing the speed of the wind, and it will stop the erosion of the soil also? The use of barriers is also one such way we can do, one thing which we can do. All right, we have got now multiple choice questions. Let's do these questions quickly. Which layer of soil is rich in humus and organic matter? You spring, it's the topsoil. What is the main component of clay soil? It's obvious, that is clay.
Clay.
Hmm. Which soil is best suited for growth of crops?
Loamy.
Why? Because it has, yes, it has sand, it has silt, and as well as clay. So it's a mixture of these three particles. What is the process of carrying away of the top layer of soil called?
Soil erosion.
Soil erosion. Which factor is not responsible for soil formation?
Time.
Time is very important, no? Time is in fact, it is one of the most important factor responsible for soil formation. Remember in the
Parent
process of
rock.
weathering. Which one?
The parent rock.
No, parent rock is also important here. It's the water pollution, guys. Water pollution does not have a role to play in a soil formation. Climate has a role, parent rock has a role. So how the parent rock is having a role to play in soil formation? Think about this one. Like these are the parent rocks. Slowly what is happening? Huh? The parent rocks are also going through the process of weathering, but they are going through the process of weathering at a very, very slower rate. Okay, no? At a very slow rate, though they have some role to play. Getting it? So parent rocks have role to play in soil formation. Getting it, everyone? Okay. Although